Great smile.
Thank you.
Great. Everybody aces with smiles.
Hey, everybody. Welcome to the Demonplague. I am James Introcaso, your dungeon master. I go by he, him. Since it is only our fourth session, let us quickly go around the table, let people know who you are and who you are playing. And Robert, why don't we start with you today?
All right. I'm Robert Adducci, and I'm playing a second-level wizard, Torsten Alehand. And let me roll my my divination dice right now. I forgot to do this last time. Here we go. A 2 and a 10. 2's good.
Okay.
10, meh.
All right. Yeah, that's a gamble divination die. I like it. And TK, who are you playing?
Hello, I'm TK, they, them, and I am playing Isabel Halfback, a not quite geriatric half-orc fighter. She's a retired town guard, and she really just wants to start up her matchmaking business. But she decided she's going to adventure maybe 1 or 2 or 10 more times before she does, just to annoy her son.
Excellent. Yeah, and she certainly has proven her strength despite her small stature.
Yeah. She's so little. She's a little lady.
And Lauren, who are you playing?
Hi, I'm Lauren. I'm playing Rock, the Aarakocra Rogue, and I am super excited to talk to lots of people today. Because that's what she's good at.
And Rudy, who are you playing?
Hey, I'm Rudy, he, him. I'm playing Rain Bowie, a human monk who just wants to get in scraps, just want to throw down, inspired by some of the crazy MMA events that happened over the weekend. So,
Also, I'm super bad. I forgot to say I go by she, her. And so does my character.
Excellent. Well, we are going to get right down to it with a little recap. But before we do, just one quick announcement that, of course, we have our bits going on over here. You can see on the screen. I think it's above me right now. So check that out if you're interested in helping out our PCs or getting an NPC named after you. And also, whenever somebody rolls a nat 20, we're going to do some giveaways. So we've got some great things to give away. We'll note it, and then we'll do the giveaway right at the end of the session. So diving right in, a quick recap is that our party of 4 heroic adventurers is in the Luna Valley, a place that is above the spine of the world in the Forgotten Realms that was recently struck by a comet and has caused all this heat and all of this ice to melt and has basically displaced everyone to the only town left that wasn't washed away by mud and all sorts of gross stuff. You then went and stormed Fort Frostfell, a place that was full of goblin bandits that were taking refugees off the road on their way to this one settlement. And there in the fort, you found that the goblins weren't really the ones in charge. In fact, the person in charge was a wight named Gothmog Plague Reaper, who you put down with the help of a now dead white dragon wormling named Chillworm. You learned a lot of other information that basically pointed to someone named Ralakai Gravemore sort of being the mastermind of these refugees being plucked off the road, because Ralakai is looking for a cure to a disease called the Demonplague. That's the name of the campaign.
Oh.
And so
it must not be important at all.
Exactly.
Nothing we really need to worry about.
Exactly. So you learned that there was also a second location. You seem to have found a map to this second location where the refugees who are being captured by these goblins are being transported to, because Ralakai wants to run experiments to see if he can find a cure to the Demonplague. You also, in the basement of Fort Frostfell, found the ghost of a human woman who was trapped within this sigil that had been drawn on the ground in blood. You used some pickaxes and your knowledge of masonry to destroy the floor, and that resulted in freeing the ghost. She introduced herself as Ferii the Wise and told you that you were all in big trouble.
Oh.
And that was where we ended our last game. So you are all in the basement, crowded around the broken floor of this crypt chamber, and Ferii the Wise, a ghost who is of a middle-aged woman. She has the appearance of a middle-aged human woman, and she is wearing animal skins. Looks like she is someone who spent a lot of time sort of out in the wild, perhaps, in her life. And she is panting, even though she has no need for air, almost as if it's some sort of reflex from being free of that ward that she was trapped in. And she says, "You have no idea. You have to stop Ralakai Gravemore. It is very important. He is about to wake something. He has no idea. And she sort of collapses and lies down on this broken floor in her ghost incorporeal form.
Oh. Well, this is not good. I touch her.
Oh, go ahead.
Does anything happen if I touch her?
Your hand sort of passes through her. It feels a little chilly when you go to, give her a touch.
I ask her, what is he waking?
And she says, it's something terrible. It's been so long. I died 1,000 years ago, sealing away Zan Crown, and now Ralakai threatens to wake him up once again with all of the pain and suffering he is causing. There has already been so much in the valley. It won't take much more to wake the demon.
What is a Zan Crown?
And she says, I suppose I should start at the beginning.
Rock immediately sits on the ground like crisscross applesauce and starts story time.
And Ferii also sits up and sits also crisscross applesauce across from you and sort of looks expectantly at the other three adventurers.
I will pull out one of actually I'll run back out and grab one of the old journals and start writing in there whatever she's talking about, but I'll sit down to listen.
Nice. Okay, awesome. Yeah. What about Isabel and Rain?
I will also sit and listen. I am curious.
Okay. But do you sit crisscross applesauce?
Fine, yes, I sit that way as well. I'm trying to think, what's the most monkish way to sit? Or like I sit on my knees, upright, and I fold my arms.
Okay.
Gotcha.
That's how I sit. Now everyone knows. TK, how do you sit?
I mean, Isabel's just gonna like dust off a ledge or something and like make a show of it, and then like sort of like
move.
flip her tunic out of the way and then sit there and wait.
Nice. And so you sit, and she makes sort of deliberate eye contact with each one of you and then says, "This all started millennia ago, a long, long time ago. You see, elves were the first civilization in this valley. They were chased here by demons who were insistent on destroying the Feywild. The elves came here seeking refuge and as a way to draw the demons out. And the demons were led by Zan Crown, a mighty plague demon who was extremely difficult to harm. And he was able to create this disease that once his enemies fell, they were transformed into hideous, monstrous, undead, demonic creations. His ranks swelled because of this disease, and so the elves came to the valley and laid a trap for Zan Crown. It cost almost all of them their lives, but they were able to imprison him beneath the earth here in the valley. Then, many years after that, dwarves came to the valley. These dwarves built their own civilization, but as dwarves are wont to do, they began to mine. And while they were mining, they disturbed the sleep and imprisonment of Zancrown. He remained in the prison, but he awoke and he was able to send his plague out from his prison. And he killed the dwarves too. And after that, a civilization of goblinoids also met their end. And then my people came. The humans came to the valley. And we built a great civilization here until we too dug deep into the earth and disturbed Zancrown. And we thought everything was going to be lost. And we decided that no one else should fall to the Demonplague. And so my druid circle, Minas Herion, got together and we found the ritual that the elves had used to imprison Zancrown. And we modified it to drop an enormous glacier into the valley. This would ensure that no one would ever dig down deep and disturb his prison again. But now the glacier is gone. And casting the ritual forced me into this form. I was not able to pass on into the greater multiverse and be at rest in the plains. I wander the valley, as do many of my circles still wander the valley. We have no way of stopping Zancrown anymore should he awaken, and Ralakai is dangerously close with his experiments. I do not know what Ralakai means or why he is trying to find a cure, but I know he is ancient, and I know he is of my people. I think perhaps as a necromancer, when he was trapped in the ice, he had a plan. And that plan allowed him to survive years in stasis. And he thinks it is 1,000 years ago, the time the glacier was dropped into the valley, and is now trying to cure a plague that doesn't exist anymore, doesn't need curing. And I am afraid that he will go to great lengths to try to cure this plague, and therefore start it again. Ironically, he would not listen to me. I came here to plead with him as he was setting up his operation, but it did not work, and he trapped me here. And then you freed me.
We will not let this happen. The few people that are left here call this place our home. And we will defend it, or at least I will. I don't know about the rest of you.
So this Ralakai thinks he's doing a good thing.
I'm also confused about that.
He thinks he is doing something for the greater good.
Right. Classic.
He thinks he is developing a cure for this plague. Although he is experimenting on living subjects, and he has found old corpses of these beasts transformed by the plague that my people called the Velok. And he is using those to infect people and then see if he can cure them.
Oh. Ugh.
Does Ralakai know about Zancrown?
Many of my people did, so I would assume that he does as well. That's why he kept me alive, in case I had any helpful information.
So the zombie's outside, and is that zombie still alive? He is, right? We shot him with an arrow, and he started to gas, so we stopped, right?
Right.
Is he an active carrier of the Demonplague right now? Do you know?
I do not know. I have not spent enough time, but I know that based on some of the questions that Ralakai's apprentice, a gnome named Horlin, would ask me, that it seems that some of the corpses are too old. They are no longer powerful like they once were because they were frozen and disfigured by the ice for so long.
How does the demon plague spread? It's something we had learned about, but we hadn't figured out how it spread.
It is through the touch and breath of a powerful Velok. I don't know how Ralakai is spreading it, but it might involve some sort of transfusion of blood, perhaps.
What breath? What do you mean by, like, do they breathe gas on people, or what exactly do you mean?
She nods when you say they breathe gas on people, and then she shudders.
Ew. Are you constrained here? Can you follow us? Can you advise us on our journey?
I can leave, but I need to find the other members of my order. I need to see what can be done if Zancrown is awakened. You all are Plan A. I am Plan B.
Oh.
And Plan B is to redo the ritual to create the big iceberg again, right? Or is that Plan A?
That I would not want to crush everyone who is left in the valley. And there's no saying that a comet wouldn't come again, so it's clear the glacier isn't a permanent solution. But it would be better than letting the demon plague leave the valley. Plan A would be don't wake up Zancrown.
Everybody be very, very quiet.
Yeah, I was gonna say, like, wait, why aren't you Plan A? That feels strange, but okay.
Where are the other members of Minas Herion, your druid circle?
I don't know. They're spread throughout the valley. I plan to start looking. They have some usual haunts. That
is one of them named Palmine?
No. I don't know that name.
How long ago was this thing?
1,000 years ago.
1,000 years ago. All right.
Mm-hmm.
No, do all the other members of Minas Herion are also in the same state that you are?
Yes. Some of us have been dispatched by adventurers. There are those who remain, though.
And what are their names in case we find them?
So their names are doop doop doop.
Names are doop doop doop. Jeez.
Yeah.
That's a popular name.
Their names.
Also, Rock spent the last couple of minutes laughing about a ghost talking about her usual haunts.
So when you ask for the names, she gives you 8 different names.
Okay.
Of the druids that remain, and she says there were originally I'm sorry, she gives you 4 more names.
Oh.
8. Oh boy, this is some great DMing going on over here.
Spoilers.
And says that those are the remaining, that there were originally 13 within her druid circle. And I will give you... So one of their names is Targanoth the Brave. Another one is named Melgar the Quick. Another one is named Elial the Learned, or the Learned, if you're not pretentious. And Nala the Gifted is the last of the 4. And she is Fairy-Eye the Wise.
These are all going in backstage chat.
Yes, yeah, they can go. I will provide that.
You got
there.
to Nala the Gifted, and I was like, oh, thank God.
Oh, something that we could probably spell correctly. All
Please, God, 4 letters.
right. Does everyone in your order get some kind of a title like that? The brave, the wise, the quick, the learned. Is that like how we know if you're a druid, you have a title?
Did they pick them themselves?
It
I
is.
hope so.
It is a name you are given when you join the Druid Circle. When you join Minas Haringan.
Oh my gosh, I can't believe Nala has 5 letters. I'm so mad.
Nala has...
2 L's.
Oh, it's 2 L's. Ah, that's not...
I did almost get Targanoth though, so
Oh no, nope. I fell miserably on that one. Yeah, all right.
And she says, there was something we were working on before we dropped the glacier 1,000 years ago. We thought the ritual could be converted to kill Zancrown. We were not able in time, and so we made the decision to drop the glacier into the valley and sacrifice our people to save the world. But I think if we are together again, we may have the time now to do it. And so I will seek out my people and Minas Haringan, and we will see what we are able to do. If you can stop Ralakai, that will at least delay the waking of Zancrown and save what people are left in this valley.
When you dropped the glacier, did you drop it on a city full of people, or just getting specifics of how this went down?
We dropped it on a civilization that was here in the valley.
Did you
there
evacuate
were many
first,
settlements.
or
what?
Did you evacuate first?
There was no time, and
Okay.
we couldn't risk the plague leaving the valley.
Right. Sounds like one of these greater good things we keep hearing about to me.
It was a hard decision, and one I would not wish anyone need make again.
If we come across any of your friends, should we send them somewhere? If, like, while we're trying to go get Ralakai, we run across Nala the Gifted, and we're like, oh, hey, we ran into your other ghosty friend, and she wants to get together and, like, start the circle again, and try to kill this guy. Where should we send them? Here?
She looks around, and she says, have you removed Ralakai's soldiers from this area?
Except for the undead horses upstairs.
Well, those could be useful, I
Yeah.
suppose.
I mean, we don't know their alignment. We don't know who they're fighting. So, they could be swayed.
That's right. They are just
lots
horses.
of apples.
She says, so this is your fort now.
Yep.
Then yes, tell them to meet here.
Okay.
All right.
It's ours now. Brock's
Um,
already been looking for a roost. I mean, it's great.
Oh yeah, I mean you've got a whole dragon tower that
Yeah, I
you
was
were
gonna say that could be all you.
I'll take it. Sure.
All right.
Can we rename it? Can we rename this place from Fort Frostfell to like Fort Kickass or something?
We'll talk about it. We'll talk.
That's how. Yeah.
Well, good suggestion. Good suggestion.
I mean, I can come up with. I will accept other suggestions. It's just first idea off top of my head.
So Fairy Eye looks at all of you and says, "So what will you do now?"
Well, we gotta go. We gotta bring everybody back to town and parade ahead and deliver rats and tell a whole bunch of people we did stuff for them all. And then
I'm sorry, did you say parade ahead?
What's up for discussion still?
Okay, that is also up for discussion, but that's something we were asked to do. And then eventually, I guess we go west and go look for this Ralakai. We found a big map upstairs with like a place that they were taking other people, and I guess that's where this Ralakai has gone. We should
Yes.
probably go there.
Excellent.
I am of the thought that we should not go back to town. That this is all more important than telling people that we can send the people back to town that we found, but I think we should go try to save the other prisoners and try to stop Ralakai now. Otherwise, it's 20 miles back to town, then 20 miles back to here, then however many miles to the next place.
I'm okay with that too. I just figured these people are kind of hurt, and I don't know if we want to send them back because it was a long trip. Are we worried they will be able to make it without us?
I mean, there were soldiers among them, right? And we can, arm them with the weapons that we took from the dead goblins. So
there were a few town guard among them. You do have one prisoner that you have kept alive.
I want to talk to her too, having learned all this new stuff, to kind of figure out what Ralakai is. I don't know how much more she knows.
Sure.
I am still not cool with drop a glacier on an entire civilization of people.
Feria, for what it's worth, doesn't look like it was the easiest decision she's ever made.
Sure.
Yeah, but it was a decision she made, I'm sure, without consulting the thousands of people that were probably murdered by a glacier.
Today's a good day. I'm gonna go to sleep tonight, and then you don't wake up because a glacier got dropped on your head.
Well, if glacier was gonna get dropped on my head, I'd rather it be in my sleep.
True.
The valley at the time was being ravaged by the Demonplague as well, and there were undead horrors and things like that.
All right.
Okay, we all have problems, okay? He doesn't get off that easy.
Listen, my people are guardians of a place where the plane can come and invade at any time, and it's not something that we ever want to do, but there was always the option of destroying everything in order to save the rest of the world.
When you say everything, do you mean everything on your side or everything on our side?
Well, no, like destroying our town and the portal that we protect.
I mean, cool, but that's like your choice, right?
Yeah, but the people who would make that choice might make it without consulting me, but if that is what they had to do to save the rest of the world, that's why we were there.
Whew. Well,
all right. This is
that's also
a larger debate for another time, I think. Everyone.
I think,
as you are having this debate, you look over and Feria has gone. She's Batman'd you.
What?
Oh!
I mean,
she's a ghost.
Nope, I want a perception check. Where'd she go?
She's doing ghost
Oh,
things.
sure. Go ahead.
I'm probably going to fail at this. Rock definitely wants to perception check.
Oh my gosh.
That's a 21.
Okay. So,
jinkies.
Rock, you out of the corner of your eye see her slip through the wall and disappear.
Okay, as she's leaving, as I catch her, bye. Okay, she's gone.
Wait, is there a girl? I want to say, were they working on a cure for the Demonplague itself?
She's already gone. Yeah.
She went into the vault. We started talking, and she bounced out. Sorry.
I will say, Rudy, that is a safe bet. That when people, it's a safe bet that when a disease is ravaging the land, someone is working on a cure.
I learned that from Pandemic.
Yes, unfortunately, the guy that's working on a cure is working on a cure by experimenting on other humans.
I was wondering if they had made any progress or anything. Maybe,
Got the bioterrorist experiment.
in the meantime, I agree that maybe punching this guy in the face until he stomps is a good idea. Which is how I solve most of my problems.
You are very good at punching in face.
Oh, thank you.
You're very good.
Oh.
I would like to facilitate you the punching of faces.
You're my new favorite person.
I imagine whenever Rain says that, Isabel holds up a fist for a fist bump.
Oh, accept it.
They go
a friendly punch. The only friendly punch I give.
Yes,
is a fist punch.
I think they do. I think they do a little strength contest whenever they fist bump.
Oh, sure. It's very Predator. Start a Predator.
Yeah, it's one of them comes in from an angle and you ever play that game when you were kids where you punch each other's knuckles really hard?
Yeah.
You have to come in from
Bloody
an
Knuckles,
angle.
maybe?
Yeah, man, I love that game.
What?
Sorry.
Wait.
You just until someone gives in from the pain.
Yeah.
You guys
Okay.
know another one, or the slap one, where
Yeah.
you take turns
Yeah,
slapping
it's
each
like
other.
the more hardcore slap game, but you
Yeah.
you hit knuckles together really
Mhm.
hard, and you have to come in from like an upward angle and like bam right down in there.
Yeah.
Wow. I just played D&D.
I played video games.
Yeah.
I was an indoor child. I didn't do any of that.
Just be.
I
a
would have
good
lost
kid.
that game for sure. I still would.
Yeah.
So what do you guys want to do?
I want to talk to a prisoner and ask her what the map is this where Ralakai's base is? Tell me everything you can about Ralakai. And
Okay.
what's his deal?
While you're doing that, do the rest of us want to evacuate this lower level and shoot this ogre with the demon plague full of arrows, set him on fire, and like close this place up?
Sounds like a plan.
Maybe.
There's nothing else down here we want, right? Like,
Those journals, I wanted to pick up the journals that the halfling was looking at, and all of his notes.
Totally. You're very easily able to pick up the notes and stuff, and Piotor, sorry, is there, and able to sort of tell you what's valuable and what's not if you want to consult with him. And you're very easily able to kill the zombie from far away. More sort of gas comes off of the zombie, but it doesn't fill the room or anything like that, and it eventually dissipates, and then you're able to light the corpse on fire.
Do you guys want to send that back with the people and have the town look at it, or would that be too scary? Would it scare everybody? We don't.
Do you
wanna
mean the
cause a
body?
panic. Yeah, the zombie body. I don't know.
There's a lot of corpses down here too.
Well,
remember they were dissecting corpses and stuff.
didn't I say that one of the ways that we can catch this thing is by touch? I don't want to touch it.
I think she also said that these aren't active carriers anymore, or probably not. I don't know. I feel like
Some of them.
proof would be important rather than just the story that these people are going to be bringing back. Like if they could.
Well,
Yeah,
we
they-
were
yeah.
going to tell. Oh, what was her name? We were going to tell Druid Lady.
Yeah.
We were going to tell Pauline to come here because we've got rats in glass. that
Oh
none of
yeah,
us
that's
want.
right. Because we don't want to touch those either.
No, no one wants to touch anything here because it's icky. So,
Yeah.
so we tell her
Okay.
to come back here.
That's perfect then. Yeah.
If she wants us, yeah. Otherwise, someone should just kill them. I
Mm.
mean, it's like it was 20 miles, right, to the town,
Yeah.
Yeah.
which is far, and it probably wasn't exactly a safe travel. So I don't know if she's gonna want to come here. But
And if
we'll
she
leave that
wants
to
her rats, she can come here.
right. Yeah, we're definitely not bringing them there.
No, it's a bad idea.
All right.
So then up Rain, you
Yes.
are coming up and you see Harliot is, chained where you left her against the wall.
Mhm.
And the other prisoners they're not prisoners anymore, but the
Mhm.
people you saved have steered clear of her. They haven't sort of harassed her or anything like that. And probably because you made it clear not to do so, not to talk with her or associate with her at all.
Mhm.
And so she is there, chained against the wall with her hands up.
I would like to roll an insight check on the crowd of former prisoners to see, like, do they hate her? Is there malice in their eyes?
Oh, sure, no insight check necessary.
Okay.
Yes.
Like, I think that they would kill her if given the opportunity? Like, if I walked out and said, do whatever you want.
That is a little unclear. So go ahead and make an insight check there.
Sure. Yeah, because I'm gonna use I'm good at this. Okay. I rolled a 6. I'm not good at this time.
Okay. It is hard to tell, but what you do notice is that she seems afraid of the people.
Okay, good. I will use that then. All right. So, what did we do with the map? Do I have the map that
It was carved into the wall.
it was carved into the wall in this room?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. So I'm gonna point to the other location and I say, "What is this? Who is here? What is the layout of this?"
Go ahead and make an intimidation check.
Okay.
I will start translating, or not translating, transcribing the map on some more other paper.
Nice. Yeah, you could take a rubbing too. You know,
Sure.
you could.
The old rubbing. Yeah. I rolled a 5, but I do believe we have inspiration, or does that go away?
You
at the end of
do
the
have
session?
inspiration.
So I will re-roll, and now I have an 18.
Okay. She says, "That's the ziggurat. Gardongmar hold. It is where the Black Skull bandits are.
Oh.
They also work for Ralakai.
Okay.
We bring the prisoners to Gardongmar hold, where more experiments might be performed. I'm not sure where they go after that or if they stay there or not, but it is an ancient dwarf structure uncovered by the melt after the comet struck.
Okay. Is Ralakai there as well?
I don't know, but I know that Bazig is there.
Oh, Bazig is there? That was
Yes.
the dragon's buddy, right?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yes, Chillworm was his pet.
Who is
Bazig is a half ogre who is the second in command of the Black Skull bandits and leads, comes and helps transport prisoners sometimes from here to there.
Okay. Well, I
How
hope
often do they
I'm
come?
got the head of the dragon. I probably shouldn't take that with me. If we go there.
How often do they come?
They come whenever we send Chillworm to them to ask for more for people, or when they come because Ralakai needs more people.
Okay. Where is Ralakai? Are there more locations that he has taken and fortified?
His location is a secret known only to Therath, who is the leader of the Black Skull bandits.
Oh, okay. And Therath is at the ziggurat, or?
Yes, she is.
Oh, cool. So
What else
take
can you
her
tell us
alive.
about her?
Yeah.
She wasn't a member of the Black Skull bandits before the melt, but in the last few weeks she has rose quickly through the ranks because she proved her loyalty to Ralakai. She was a teacher in Safe Harbor, which was the biggest city in the valley
A teacher.
before the comet struck.
It's quite the change of professions.
Yeah.
Hmm.
How did she prove
Well-
her loyalty?
Yeah, how?
Capturing a lot of your fellow friends and sending them off to be experiments.
Wow, cool. So don't take. We have to take her alive. That's right. Bummer. She sounds not nice.
I mean, but not intact though, right? Like,
That's a very good point.
Does she need 2 arms?
I've learned some things today, and I look at the table where a man's leg was being sawed off, but he was being healed at the same time.
Mm-hmm.
I'm trying to think what else. Is there a secret entrance into the ziggurat, or any other additional information you can tell us? Or I'll punch you.
I only know of the ziggurat. I've never
you've
been
never
there
been there?
myself.
Is there some sort of passcode that you use amongst yourselves, you minions of Ralakai, to show that you are a fellow Ralakaian, or whatever you call yourselves?
She says, I know that there is a guardian, and that you must speak a prayer in Dwarvish to get by this guardian, who is out front. It is a large statue that you should kneel before and speak a prayer in Dwarvish to. Oh, one sec. The god. Abathor.
Abathor.
Mm-hmm. Any of you who are trained in religion, which I believe Torsten is, right, Robert?
Yeah. Yep.
Okay. So you know that Abathor is the dwarf god of greed.
Ooh.
Not exactly a warm, fuzzy Moradin type. So.
The one that they
does
pray
she-
to when they dig too deep.
Yep. Yeah. That's the one.
Does she seem to know what that prayer is?
Yes. She says. She recites it to you in
Hey.
Dwarvish. It's like a quick 2-line prayer.
Okay. I know Dwarvis as well. So.
I do as well.
Mhm.
Dwarf boys. Okay. Trying to think if there's anything else.
I'll definitely write all that stuff down. And I kind of want to, as she's talking to us, I kind of want to look at her and see, like, is she leaving anything out? Is she intentionally leaving anything out? Is she trying to miss
Sure.
something?
Make an insight check. Right. And anybody who's there can feel free to do the same.
All right.
Sure.
So 12.
Okay.
Rock will insight.
I like insight.
13.
22.
Okay.
Ah.
Yeah. Unsure. You are unsure.
What did you get, Rudy?
I got a 22.
Oh, I'm sorry. I thought you said me too, not 22.
Oh.
About the 13. Yeah, Rudy, you get the feeling she's not telling you the entire prayer. It's a pretty short prayer.
That's a pretty short prayer there. The dwarves, well known for their, bluntness, still respect the gods. I would think that they'd have a bit of a longer prayer. Why don't you tell us the rest of it? And then
And
show her my
she
fist.
does tells you about 3 times as long as she told. But with a little effort, you're able to memorize it quickly, or you could also write it down.
Yeah. I'll write it down.
And then she also tells you that the Black Skull bandits have brands
Oh.
that they brand their forearms with the image of a skull. And that is how they identify each other.
Did she have any kind of brand or anything like that? What marked her as?
Oh.
So she does not. She's not a member of the Black Skull Bandits. She was just working for Ralakai. She's sort of that's why she's here and not back at this ziggurat.
Did she have like a pat? Do they have like a uniform or anything to kind of?
They sure do. Isabel's got some.
What?
Isabel took some off of the other.
Oh yeah, they had a symbol
goblins.
of the.
Oh.
It was like, but that was part of from the goblins, right?
Yeah, from the barrel
Mhm.
harps.
Yeah, so they're the barrel hobs. So he's contracted these 2 bandit organizations to work
Gotcha.
for him: the barrel hog goblins and the Black Skull Bandits.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Isabel took at least one of their uniforms and their
Mhm.
patches and stuff.
Yeah. So, and they know that they work together. I would, the Black Skull and the Barrel Hob are clearly aware that they are
Mhm.
both working together to further the goals of Ralakai.
But besides those 2 bandit groups, how many people work for Ralakai underneath him? How many minions does he have?
I'm honestly not sure. He has many of his own minions that he has created.
Oh. Ew.
He's skilled in the art of necromancy.
Gotcha.
Oh, like skeletons and zombies and stuff?
Like skeletons and zombies and Gothmog plague reapers and such. Yes.
Well, he's dead, so. Well, how did you come to join Ralakai?
He saved my life, and then told me about the Demonplague, and I believe that serving him will save us all. I think the plague is coming. He convinced me of that, and we need a cure.
Why
How did he
you?
convince you?
Why did he save
He-
you?
I don't know. Maybe it's because I pledged my loyalty to him.
She hot.
She is,
On a scale of like 8 to 20.
I feel gross rating people on
Agreed.
numbers. But let me roll a d20.
Yo, let me get that.
Oh, good. I rolled an 8.
Yeah.
Well, okay. This is probably for her personality then. Samson, I don't deserve this.
I will say she is very powerful. She is clearly a great warrior.
Oh, okay. She's got good intimidate. That's fine.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Well, listen, we had a ghost downstairs that we talked to that said that the whole plague thing is something that if you play around with it too much, you're actually going to cause. So the problem that Alakai has is that he thinks he's going to stop it, but he's actually not going to. He's going to cause it. And that the real problem is this guy called Zen Crown, who is this old demon who is the reason that all of this bad stuff is happening in the first place. And that if Ralakai keeps doing what he's doing, then Zen Crown is going to come back to life and then everybody's going to die. So he may think that he's doing a good thing, but he's doing it in a bad way. And that's really bad. And you shouldn't pledge to him because he's a bad guy.
Ralakai knows it is too late. Zancrown is already stirring. The comet disturbed his slumber more than a few deaths will. It is time to find a cure, or we will all perish here in the valley.
What is Ralakai's plan with Zancrown? Talk and be friends, or what? Why is he trying to get to Zancrown?
He is not trying to get to Zancrown. He just wants to create a cure.
But we want to kill the Zen Crown, and then all this goes away.
Zancrown cannot be killed.
How do you know? Have you tried?
Ralakai told me it was impossible.
Has Ralakai tried?
I don't know. He said his people were cowards and dropped a glacier into the valley before anyone was able to try.
Well, that's an interesting perspective. Maybe one that I don't necessarily disagree with. But
I think Carly rolled a 1 on her insight for Ralakai.
But either way, no one has tried.
No one has tried.
There you go. So
Well,
all of this playing around with plagues is just beating
Glaciers.
around bushes.
If you think you can take on a mighty demon from the abyss, by all means, go ahead and try. I will continue to pursue an end to the plague. Yes, we might be treating the symptoms and not the disease, ironically, in this case. But what other choice do we have? If he stays in prison and we find a cure to the disease, then all is fine.
But it is not worth the price of capturing people and killing them just to find this. We can find it in other ways.
And you said to yourself that the Zen Crown is already stirring. So you could cure plague and then Zen Crown comes out and everything goes to shit again. So if we all spend all of our time and energy going after Zen Crown instead of farting around making people sick, then we can defeat him. And yes, I think that's the only way we will know if we can is if we try. And I will try.
And at that moment, you hear a huge crash come from it feels like the walls of the castle shake, of the fortress shake, and
no Sparkle, no, and Rock will run outside.
Okay. And Rock, when you run outside, you see the gates have been smashed open. And standing there in front of the gates is this enormous creature who looks like humanoid, but probably has some giant blood in him as well, carrying this huge battle axe. And behind him are all of these human and elf and dwarf and halfling soldiers, sort of all outfitted. And they say, looks like the barrel hob is dead. We're here to collect our prisoners. That's what that big dude in the center says.
Does he look like a fleshed out stick drawing?
He does. He looks, in fact, Isabella, you might know from some of your sort of military and guard experience, this is a half.
Oh no.
Oh, is this what's his face? Is this?
Yeah. Isabella is very petite.
Looks big enough to be Buzzig.
Bazig? Okay.
I throw the dragon's head under the table away from me.
That Isabel kicks it to the side.
Yeah, exactly. Put a blanket over it.
Yeah, just throws a burlap sack over it.
Yeah. So what are you all doing here?
How many like, has he come with an army? Has he come with a half a dozen people? Like, what you said there was a bunch of people behind him. Who's with him?
So it looks like he's come with 8 other people.
Okay. 8 plus Bazik. All right.
Does he have
9
a brand on his arm?
Yes, you can see the brand of what looks almost like a Punisher skull, like that sort of skull symbol, is on his forearm.
And did we? Is this still that first night technically, or did we ever rest?
You did rest, yes.
Did rest.
Yeah.
Okay.
The rest was had.
Rock would like to grab one of the goblin flame bombs that she has, the Molotov cocktails, and fly up into the air and light it and just firebomb this group of.
All right, let's roll initiative, shall we?
She doesn't feel like this is a time to talk. She's just going to attack him.
All right. So, what did you get, Rainbowy?
22.
Oh my. Okay. What did Rock get?
Well, Rock rolled a natural 1, so that's a 4.
Hey. How about Isabel?
Sorry, I have D&D Beyond on my phone, so she got a 16.
Okay.
I mean, handy dandy D&D Beyond.
You cut that out right now.
I'm contractually obligated to do that at every opportunity.
And Robert, what about you?
15.
15. Okay.
I'm not really. I just really like doing it.
Okay. So, Rain, you see Rock shoot up into the sky, lighting. Looks like getting ready to light a Molotov cocktail, but you get to act first. What would you like to do?
I would like to... the prisoners in the room. Are there any able-looking, like, fighting types? Or are they all...
you have your guards who you've
Sure.
outfitted.
Oh, I don't feel good about bringing them with us, to be honest.
I got, like-
Tell them to protect the rest of the
Yeah, I
people.
think that's a good idea. I just
So
point
one
and I
woman
say,
with the dagger.
Yeah. who's like, protect your fellows, I say. And then,
Harley out looks pretty capable.
no, that's okay.
Okay.
I don't
Good
have
thing
any
we
range, so-
took her stuff.
Yeah. Well, and you've got that awesome sword that the Wraith had, right?
Yeah, I got
the
like
white?
+1 longsword.
Yeah.
There's like 8 guys with him?
Yeah.
That's a lot of guy.
It's a lot of guy. That is true.
You gonna fight him? Fight
It's
them
a
all?
flock of guys.
All right, whatever. I can beat up that many guys. I run out there and I go to punch some people.
Okay.
I'm gonna attack the possibly Bazig.
Sure. Yeah, you're gonna go for Bazig.
I'm gonna yell, Bazig! You're mine! And run. Does he respond to me calling him that?
Yeah, and he says, "How you know my name?"
I sword him. 13.
Okay.
Miss.
We got a genius over here.
13 does miss.
All right. I will spend a key point.
Oh,
Use Flurry of Blows, which allows me to make 2 unarmed strikes against him.
go for it.
25 and 7.
Hit. 25 hits.
Cool. I do 7 bludgeoning damage as I punch him
Okay.
dead.
Yeah, you connect right into his abs, which feels like you're punching a brick wall. Yeah, but it seems to hurt him quite a bit. He lets out like a ugh. But yeah, he's very built. Very built.
I say, I killed your dragon.
Oh, his eyes get wide with that. And
You can see Isabel in the background going like,
I point and I say, bring out the head.
no.
You see Rock up in the air. She won't say anything, but she's like, but we didn't kill the dragon. I don't understand.
and he leans in close to Rudy, and then in a very erudite voice says, "You'll pay for that, motherfucker."
Oh.
Look who
Isabel,
can
it's your turn.
enunciate now.
He MF in an erudite voice. I love it. Oh my, you will pay for that.
Oh, yes.
Oh no.
Pip pip. It is
You.
Your turn, Isabel.
Isabel was not prepared for a situation where we would lie about killing a half ogre's best friend. Oh boy. So, if Isabel does a quick once-over of these companions that he's brought in all of their armored glory, how many of them are sporting ranged weapons?
So Bozdig has the axe, and then it looks like the other ones are wielding scimitars or crossbows. And it looks like each one has like both of those weapons. About half have scimitars and half have their crossbows drawn.
This doesn't feel good in my spirit. I'm concerned mostly for myself. Isabel's just gonna like quietly close the door where all of the refugees are hiding. She'll be on the battle side of it, but just sort of like a quiet like like let out alongside. But she will like poke her head back in and be like, if they kill us, go ahead and use that dagger on Harliot over there.
Nice.
It just like closes the door. It's just like only if we die. Just don't let
There's
this
like
biatch live.
excitement followed by a little bit of letdown.
Yeah, just like only if we die. Like the moment you see me die, like go ahead.
What if someone else dies?
No, it has to be all of us.
Okay, all of you. Got it.
All of us.
As soon as you hear the door close, you hear one of them go, "I think she's already dead."
Yeah.
She sounds dead
Do it.
already. She
Just
sounds
do it.
pretty. Don't worry, she's only got 20 hit points. This won't last long. She looks like the bruiser, so.
Mm-hmm.
And then Isabel's gonna go ahead and load up her light crossbow, and she's gonna hold her action for like an attack from one of the ranged dudes.
Okay, so you're gonna wait for them to attack before you attack.
and then take out a ranged guy if she can.
Got it. Okay, it is Bozig's turn, who is going to attack your friend and mine, Rain.
I mean, he really had it coming, so.
I'm just trying to get the best fight
Rain,
possible.
does a 24 hit your armor class?
Come on now. Yes, that hits my armor class.
So you take 12 slashing damage.
Holy crap. Okay.
And you are knocked prone, too, as he sweeps this great axe across. Boom. And hits you sort of square in the chest, sending you sprawling to the ground.
I do kind of regret not shooting him now.
He lets out a laugh and sort of raises it again to hit you, but his turn is over. He only gets the one attack.
Thank
and it is
God.
Torsten's turn.
All right, Torsten will sort of rush out, kind of raising his hands and say, stop, not to Bozig, but to the others and behind him. So we don't have to do this. We don't have to do this. And assuming that they still are going to look aggressive. Is that the case?
Yeah, they still look aggressive.
All right.
Yeah, they look.
So realizing that, but also
You
not
told
wanting to
Bozig
hurt
you
them.
killed his pet dragon, man. That's
Right. But also not wanting to hurt them, still trying to be a good follower of Eldath. I will cast Sleep on the group.
Oh,
As many
okay,
of them
great.
as I can get in there, anyways.
Sure. Yeah. Go ahead, roll that up.
All right. I forgot to gather my dice up.
That's okay. This is a doop.
So it's going to be, nice. 7, so 16, 22,
Ooh.
24 hit points.
Wow. That's a lot of hit points.
24 hit points worth. Okay, so that means 2 of the
Nice.
the one wielding a crossbow and one wielding a scimitar both fall unconscious, fall to the ground asleep.
Nice.
And Bozig says, "Oh, it's too late for that. and it is the bandits' turn.
Oh,
After that, I will try to scamper back as far as I can.
Okay, gotcha. Nice. So let's see. Isabel. 2 crossbow bolts come flying at you.
Jeez Louise.
Let's see. What is your armor class?
Is a 18. Wait, is a light crossbow one hand?
It's two-handed. Two-handed.
It's 16 then.
Well, they still both missed.
Okay,
So both
good.
of these bolts come flying and sort of hit the stone house behind you. Rock, another crossbow bolt comes your way. Does a 15 hit your AC?
Yeah.
Okay. So that is a total of 4 piercing damage as a crossbow bolt hits you in the wing.
Ouch.
And passes clean through into the sky and the other side. And now...
I was holding my action.
Yeah, she gets to
and
shoot.
I,
Oh, yeah.
or they get to. Yeah.
Well, Isabel's a she,
Yeah.
so.
Sorry.
So yeah, she gets to I'm gonna shoot after she dodges the 2 that come at Isabel. She's gonna shoot at the one that shot at Rock.
Gotcha. Go for it.
Yeah, pew pew. Oh my gosh! Don't embarrass me, crossbow.
That is something a grandmother would say.
Yeah,
Don't you embarrass
all
me.
I'm asking is that you not embarrass me. Is a 16?
It sure does.
Yeah, we did it. These are the ones that oh, that's a D10. That's not helpful. These are the ones that Lisa got me. So
Yay!
Good job, Lisa.
thanks, Lisa. Oh, blessed by an angel. That's only 3 damage, but whatever. It was worth it.
All right. Excellent. Yeah. So you
Crazy.
hit one in the stomach, and it is so the scimitar wielding individuals get to go now. Rain, one comes up and attempts to stab you prone on the ground.
Oh, does he get
But
advantage then?
He does, but I'm guessing. What is your armor class?
17.
Yeah, so a 13 misses. Another one is going to try to get you, and unfortunately, a 15 still misses you.
Unfortunately. Yes.
And finally, Torsten, one is going to rush toward you, and try to attack. Let's see, what is Torsten's armor class?
15.
Okay,
Oh.
so Torsten, you are also missed, and it is Rock's turn.
Okay, so I'm flying over this crew. I've got one of these Molotov cocktails in my hand. What's like the largest group of enemies I can drop this thing on?
So having seen the like massive explosion of a lot of these things going off at once,
Yeah.
you think that you could probably hit all 3 sort of crossbowers who are in a clump, or you could hit Bazig and the 2 bandits, but you would also hit Rain if you did that.
No, let's go for the 3 crossbow dudes.
Okay.
So yeah, drop this thing. I don't know. I have 0 idea what I have to roll, what kind of damage there is.
So what it is they actually need to make a save in this case.
Okay.
And they all fail.
Oh.
Excellent.
Dice are failing me tonight. And go ahead and roll. Roll me 2d6.
Ooh.
That's how much fire
Okay.
damage they would take.
That is 6.
Okay. So yeah, they are all howling in pain and you can see that the fire is persistent. They are on fire now, all of
Excellent.
these enemies. And we're back to Rain.
Okay, I do that martial artist leap up to my feet. That's really
Ooh, nice.
cool. And
Yeah, the camera zooms in on your face once you land.
yeah, I'm gonna throw down my sword and take my shirt off and say, if you really, what is he, an ogre? Half ogre?
half ogre. Yeah.
Put down the axe and fight me with your fists, half ogre. I thought you're tough. And then I will hit him with an unarmed strike.
Okay.
I rolled an 8. I will use my second and final key point to once again flurry of blows him.
Okay.
18, 25.
Nice.
Okay. Both of those hit.
Oh, wow. Okay, so, wow. I rolled 8 and 8, so a total of 16 damage.
Nice. Okay. Wow. Yeah, so you get 2 good hooks right in the jaw there, sort of a 1-2. And he spits out blood. And it's Isabel's turn.
I was taking notes. So these dudes are on fire now. So now I'm like rethinking my second decision, which was to take out my longbow and shield and attack them. But that doesn't mean I'm not still gonna do it. So yeah. So Isabel's going to take out the item that she's actually proficient in, and pull out her long
sword. Okay, got it.
Yeah, her new one. It's real shiny. It comes out of the sheath and it goes shing.
Everyone stops to look at you.
Like catches the sun.
And in your brain it goes.
Oh,
Yeah,
I 100% forgot that it laughs, but I'm here for it. I'm here for it. And honestly, is Isabel a little creeped out, but also a little here for it too. So we're all in this together. She's gonna go for this half ogre, even though Rain has challenged him to a shirtless duel. As much as she appreciates it, she kind of wants this over.
Sure.
It's a little scurry. So she's gonna do longsword and shield again, so she doesn't have garbage AC anymore.
Gotcha.
Oh please. Oh man. Okay. Whew. Yay! +6 with that +1 longsword. What is that? Oh, that's a 16.
That hits.
Yay! We did it. And then yes, where's my
Slice off his head.
Yeah, I want to slice off his head.
Nice.
I don't think I'm going to
damage
be
do
able
you
to
do?
Let me
Please
no,
let
let
us
me.
off his head.
Yeah, I can't do more than 14. So whoa, stop it. Okay, that's fine. 10. I only do 10.
That's great.
Yeah,
that's
well, I mean, it could have been better. She grades herself on it.
When you shove your sword into Bazig's side, Isabel, he turns around and attempts to hit you.
Oh no!
Yeah, and connects with a 22 to hit you.
Okay, no, that's fine.
For a grand total of 7 slashing damage.
Oh, okay.
And also knocking you prone to the ground.
Ah, I say you coward. Because he's fighting with an axe, even though I challenged him to a fist fight.
God, even though you threw down your weapon and took your shirt off, who would have guessed?
He says, but she just stabbed me with a sword. You're the coward.
Hey, shirtless challenging, and you ignored it, dude.
Yeah, for real. You should have been attacking me to begin with.
Yeah, and it's and like Isabel will just lay on the ground and just how rude. Just did you see? It's clearly my turn. Clearly.
No honor. He has no honor, I say.
You're less injured and more disappointed.
It's like, I'm not angry. I just thought that you could do better than what you chose. And frankly, I'm going to have to tell your parents.
And Torsten, it is your turn. Rain, also inspiration for ripping off your shirt.
Yeah. It wasn't a rip off. It was more like cinematic.
It was a slow unbutton.
Exactly.
Yeah.
In that case, no inspiration.
Draw it out.
That needs no inspiration. Yeah.
Velcro in the back.
All right, so Torsten will, seeing how things are going. How many of the bad guys are still up? Not counting the ogre. The half ogre?
They're technically all still alive.
Right, but are still
there
up.
Are 2 sleeping, so there's
just the 2 sleeping. The other ones are still in the fight.
3 of them are
the
on
other 6
fire.
are up. Yeah.
All right, I'm gonna go ahead and burn my other another spell on sleep again to try to my last spell for the day to try to get more of them to sleep here.
How many
Go
dice
for
is sleep?
5d8.
Wow.
Yeah.
Love it.
But this one is much worse.
don't
So
love
11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17.
Okay. So the 3 who are on fire fall asleep.
Nice.
Boom. They are out, which leaves 3 conscious ones standing and a very injured-looking half ogre. And it is the bandits' turn. The 3 bandits that are on fire burn to death.
Oof.
Okay. All right.
Died in their sleep, at least.
They go to
they're
sleep and they wake
unable
up
to
long
put out
enough.
the fire.
Yeah.
And it would wake them up, but they were so low hit point already.
Mhm.
Which leaves the 3 bandits with scimitars. They are going to 2 of them are going to attack Isabel on the ground. Isabel. Uh-oh. I mean, everything's fine. Don't worry.
No, it's cool.
Too
Go
late.
ahead and give me the bad news, doctor. It's fine.
Okay.
Not mad.
Well, both of them definitely hit. The good news is that you only take, I mean, it's a mere 7 slashing damage total. 3
Is
and
it
4.
a piece? Oh, okay.
Yeah, as they
All right.
slice on, they like come at you on the ground and start hacking away. And we're
Cool.
back to Rock.
All right, I got one more of these bombs. Can I drop this thing on these? So there's 3 scimitar guys in Bozic that are still up. Can I get any of them?
I'm sorry. One needs to attack Torsten and miss. Natural 1. Okay, sorry.
Okay.
Yes, so you could either hit, you could hit Bozig and 1 other bandit. If you want to hit all 3, you need to either get Rain or Isabel.
No. Nope. Let's go for Bozic and 1 of these guys.
Okay.
So
Okay. Here we go.
go for it.
They need to make their dex saves. Okay. Bozig got a natural 1.
Haha.
Hey,
burn,
that means
However,
Bozic.
double damage, right?
Did save. It is not double damage. It's just normal
All
2d6 damage.
Jeez.
So go ahead, roll that up.
Ooh, that'd be 12. I rolled double 6s
Nice.
on this. Oh, that's perfect. So yeah,
Right.
that's my last Molotov cocktail, and I will.
So the bandit howls. They are not on fire, but they do definitely get some of that damage. And Bozig, it's like a full boom, dropped right on his head, and he is on fire. And he drops to his knees and calls out, "Parlay, parlay!" And it is Rain's turn.
Is he still on fire while he's yelling parlay?
It looks like he's trying to sort of pat himself out as he's doing.
He stopped, dropped, and rolled.
Parlay. I think of my friend Torsten in this moment and what he would do. And he would show mercy, even though this guy is an honorless coward. And so I point at the remaining minions and say, throw down your weapons immediately.
They do.
Okay. Then
Yeah,
I
in
will
fact, they're
inform.
already sort of going about that as they hear
Okay.
parlay. They're lowering their swords. And
I
when you
take
say
his
drop 'em, they drop
I
'em.
take his axe away from him and push
Okay.
him over in a very emasculating way, so he kind of flops over.
Okay.
I will embarrass him.
You do, and he does. And he says, "I think we could help each other. Maybe we got off on the wrong foot." As you push him over.
And I say we didn't really kill your dragon. The wraith did.
Yeah, the Wraith did. I just wanted to make you upset, so it'd be a better fight. And guess what? I won.
What? Why? What? Why would you? What? I don't.
Because he's clearly a sociopath.
Listen, there are a lot of words we can throw around, okay? I'm just a guy who loves a good scrap.
It rhymes with smociopath.
Rock is gonna land and say, "Listen, we are all upset about the death of Chilworm, but at this point, you came running in asking for slaves, and we weren't gonna let that happen. So fire."
And he says, I have no interest in the prisoners or the current patron of the Black Skull Bandits. I have no interest in serving Ralakai Gravemore, and I certainly have no interest in serving Therath Shortcloak. I think perhaps we could help each other.
Okay, just to clarify though, when he busted in, he said, "Where are my prisoners?" or something,
Yeah.
right? I'm not misremembering.
He did say
After
that.
he's okay, so he's just like, okay, I understand what's going on.
Do I believe?
And you
when
also
he-
notice he is no longer speaking in sort of that broken common.
Oh,
Well, he did get erudite with his motherfucker. So,
It did.
does Rock believe that this guy? Does she believe he is? That's what he really feels, or is he just saying this now because we set him on fire?
Go ahead and you can make an insight check.
Yeah,
I would love
that's what I want to know too.
I'm going to use my inspiration to roll that again
nice.
because
I got a
Rock
17.
is supposed to be really good at this, and I rolled a 2. So
Yeah, Isabel wants to see whether or not he's what we call code switching, whether he's adopting a certain way of speech or way of professing his beliefs because he is a monstrous person and thus a minority in a human world.
I rolled after using my inspiration. I rolled a 21.
Okay.
That's not
So you know, Rock, that the dumb sort of broken common is the act, and
Okay.
this is the real Bazig.
But is he just saying what we want to hear? What he thinks we want to hear, or is this the truth? And the fire just brought it out.
You think that this is probably the truth, and the other the bandits, the one that was attacking Torsten is sort of he's got the look of confusion on his face, like he has no idea what is going on or what Bazig is saying, and he's never seen Bazig act this way.
Huh.
Okay.
And Bazig, I would say, Isabel, your idea about code switching is sort of at least partially correct. That he was putting on an act not for with his sort of broken, common, dumb giant voice, not to appear monstrous, and because people would think that about him. And he turns and he says to the individual who's looking up, he says, "I'm sorry, Aris, but they know." And he points to like the two still standing bandits that are with him. They know. We were planning a mutiny anyway.
Oh.
I think you've just forced me to move up my timetable a bit.
But then you plan on returning to banditry?
Yeah.
No. Bad.
Listen.
It kind of feels like it's none of our business.
It was until he broke our gate. This is our fort. This is Fort Kickass,
Oh,
and
that's
now
true.
we have a broken gate and
Look,
bandits on fire. And
I mean,
this is
who
bad.
paid taxes on it last year? It wasn't us.
I mean, to be fair, I didn't light the bandits on fire. That was you.
Yes,
That's
but I would not have lit them on fire if you hadn't broken through
It was
gates.
warranted. Yeah.
We are
well, you did
all...
tell me you killed my dragon.
Again,
Listen-
it's all gate related, okay? This all
you
goes
broke
back
that
to the
gate.
gate. Don't try and throw it on
Yeah.
us, buddy.
Isabella almost says that that his hands are like too big to open gates, but then she's like, "Nah, that might sound racist, and I don't want to set a bad precedent. So I'm just gonna stay out of this." Oh, but she will poke her head back inside the building, even though she's like leaking blood everywhere. She'll poke her
Yeah,
head back
I'm
inside
also
the
bleeding
room
a
and be like,
lot.
"I'm not dead.
Oh.
I see you."
And yeah, it's like super close, the dagger to Harliot's neck, but they haven't. done
Not
it.
dead. Get sit over there.
Well, listen, let's try this again. This time without the insisting on prisoners and breaking of things and everything. So, what was this mutiny, and who else is involved, and who might want to join us at Fort Kickass?
Listen, Therath is she lacks vision. She wants us to work for Ralakai. The Black Skull Bandits should be free. We should work for ourselves.
And she is not a bandit. She is in charge of the band but works directly for Ralakai, right? That's the...
Yeah, Ralakai sort of installed her as the leader.
That's what I thought. Okay, cool.
She is middle management.
Yeah. We should be
likes
free
new
to do
balls,
as we
yeah.
please as bandits. And I, for one, think there is more opportunity to be found delving into all of these ruins that have recently come up.
Oh.
Why bother with peasants on the road who have nothing anyway, when we could find great treasure?
Okay. I endorse this career change of yours. So then we'll work together and kill what's her name again? Short cloak? Thorath? I mean, are all the bandits loyal to you then? All of the Black Skull bandits are loyal to you, right?
Not all of them.
Oh.
But significant amount.
Okay.
Aris here, and he points to Aris, who is attacking Torsten. For instance, you may want to kill him.
Oh. How does Aris
like,
figure?
no, I mean, I'm ready to denounce the life of the bandit. No need. I'm not gonna pick sides in a. I just, I got my mouth to feed. I got.
Do I believe him?
What?
Do I believe him?
Yeah. You believe that he's ready to sort of call it quits. Whether or not he will continue to do bad things is sort of for money is another question. But he definitely has no interest in a civil bandit war, as it were.
Okay. Well. Okay. This is good. I like this plan then, right? I turn to the party.
Yeah,
Yes.
as long as we like looking at the other bandits and everything, do we can trust them at the moment?
Well, 2 of them are sleeping.
Well, yeah, I assume we can wake them up. Yeah.
Hey,
yes.
join our fort. Wake up. Renounce your banditry.
Yeah, so you can wake them up, and Bazig will explain the situation. They won't attack you, and he'll say
It'd be
there
better
are.
to kill the weak ones and let the strong ones join us.
Jeez, Isabel.
I think we already did that with the fire and the stuff.
Yeah.
Yes.
Well, okay, so here, terms. So you fix our gate.
Yes.
And then you we need people to stay here and man the gate and keep it safe from bandits, because you are no longer bandits. You are now administrators of Fort Kickass. And we're going to set.
I don't think we're gonna leave them here.
Why not?
I don't like anything that implies we have to pay them.
No. They stay here. They fix the gate. They use this as a place to go out and dive into all the ruins and things. And then we administer them from wherever we are, and we all get along. It's like
we'll need their help when we go to the ziggurat.
Yeah, I was gonna say maybe they can sneak us in, or we can go in as their prisoners and then kill Short Cloak. They can let us out of jail or something like that. I wouldn't be opposed to, hiring some of them down the line again, so they're not bandits. But I think we need to use. Man, I'm so bad, but Bazig.
Yeah. And again, I don't know if you answered. Like, do we feel like they're being altogether being, aside from the one that obviously didn't want to switch?
Yeah, it looks like they're on board. They all seem, aside from Aras, very loyal to Bazig, and and they agree. Like what they're doing now is boring to them, and they don't want to be babysitting prisoners anymore.
But we could also keep what's his name, Aras, with the other prisoner, and send them back to the town.
We could give every one of the other bandits daggers, and they could kill Eris as a demonstration of their loyalty.
What?
That's
Sorry.
Where is this coming from? Go
sorry.
back to matchmaking.
Let me
Jesus.
Brock just very slowly
Isabel.
looks over at Isabel, like wide-eyed, like, what?
No,
I did-
Isabel looks back and is like, kidding.
Are we sure?
I'm
Are we sure that
chaotic good,
sword was not like cursed with evilness and stuff? Because she's been saying very evil
For
things.
real.
She's
Okay.
like super dying, guys. She's got like 6 hit points. She's delirious. But also, I forgot she's chaotic good, so she didn't. I had to double check.
All right, so, how? I mean, are we kind of done here? Like, what is the plan? I feel like Torsten feels like we should go see about this ziggurat with our new allies here, and maybe send the other people back to the town. What is it? Tomar's Crossing?
Yeah.
Tomar's Crossing.
With the goods and the prisoners, and they can stand trial for what they've done, and they can, all these people here. I can write something up to give back to the town about what happened here and why we are continuing on.
Okay. Yeah.
And
that
we
works.
fix the gate.
Yes,
And the
gate.
gate.
We will fix. I think, Bozig, will he apologize for breaking the gate to Rock?
I don't need
Personally.
apology. I need fixing.
He will. And essentially what it is that was broken here in the gate is, the doors need to be sort of put up. There are these big wooden double doors. So this bar that this big oak bar that goes across them was broken to keep them locked. And then the other thing is, their hinges are a little messed up. So they're able to fix that gate if that's what, those are your demands. They're able to do that very easily.
Those are my demands. I want my gate fixed.
Yeah, we can do that for you. I want Therath dead.
We can do that for you. This seems like an equitable arrangement. Okay, let's fix gate.
Okay, and they're able to probably within a few hours fix the gate. Sort of working and fixing the gate. And they also, Bosdig says he can take you to Gardang Marhold and get you in. Whatever plan you like, he is able to sort of take care of. He says, when we get back, I can have my people take care of those loyal to Therath and Ralakai.
Okay.
And I think it would be best if all of you took care of Therath and her people.
Yeah, I was gonna say, does she have her own little group of minions or whatever? Like, what's going on there?
She does, and she's never without her boy toy.
All right.
But
I don't need to know about her
boy-
personal life. All right.
Well, no, he's formidable. He's quite dashing. He's strong. Goes by the name Grant.
I refuse to believe anyone that name is dashing.
I am sorry, but what kind of job is boy toy?
It is unofficial second in command.
Oh, okay. I did not know that was the name for such things. I thought
Isabel
it was
will lead her to the side, and, draw a diagram in the dirt. Kind of like, okay, so
just... So wait. Oh, this is just sexy things.
yes, it's sexy things.
Oh, okay. So all right. Now I get it. I've just not heard that term before. It seems to be... So is he second in command because he does sexy things, or is
He probably doesn't do anything except sexy things.
Oh, well then he should be easy to kill. Those who are too busy looking nice. They don't...
Sure, sure. They,
I mean, have you ever met anyone with a name like Grant who's actually can do anything other than be really, really, really sexy?
I've met people who are really sexy who can do other things, and I've met people who are really ugly who can do other things. So I tend not to judge on appearance. I just
That's-
never heard of boy toys.
I
Are
want
there drug
Isabel
boys?
to use insight on Bozig's weird descriptions of Grant. I just wasted it, but I mean, it's like a 19. Like, is Bozig like super into Grant?
You get the feeling that he is jealous of the power Grant has, but
Yeah,
also
okay.
begrudgingly admitting that Grant is very sexy.
Wow, because he's just like super vocal about it for being
Yeah.
Yes, I wonder why.
Yeah, like when he was
James. I
explaining
wonder
who this guy
why.
was,
Wow.
Boy Toy came up first. Like,
Like,
Boy
sexiness
Toy.
came before
It's like
effectiveness.
blah blah blah.
Is part of
sexy.
Grant's sex appeal that he always wears sunglasses all the
Does-
time? and-
Yes, he wore like
Definitely.
Aviators, big aviators.
yeah, he wears like a tinted visor on his helmet.
Exactly.
Very cool.
So now
Alright.
this has become very inside baseball.
Well, obviously, we must kill him first. He is most dangerous
I
if he
mean,
is
obviously.
both effective and sexy.
So I think probably most of these people are, turning to banditry because their towns and villages have been destroyed. Do you think, Bozig, that even what's her name's minions can be swayed if we can get them to, if we can stop Ralakai and what's her name, Terthius?
Arath?
They're a short cloak.
Or do you think they are they've fallen too far?
They're too. They've drank too much of the Kool-Aid.
Right.
I mean, we're Black Skulls for life. We're loyal to them. Many of those who are loyal to me are, well, they were part of this company before that comet hit.
Mm-hmm. But Grant, can we save Grant?
That is the question.
There is no saving of this guy.
I
Isabel agrees.
don't think.
Kill him.
I don't know. But I do think that with Therath dead, it might be easier to turn some of the others to my point of view.
I like
and
your
give
point
them
of view.
grin.
Yeah, I think we turn Fort Kickass into halfway house for bandits and those who are looking for a life change. Comet is a chance for a new beginning, and instead of being bandits, you are now adventurers. You go out and dive into dungeons and find loot and go
I
do.
think that is a wonderful arrangement. I
There
would
you
love
go.
to do
Yeah, so we entice them with a job change.
that. Yes.
There you go.
Okay.
I think that is a great
Definitely.
plan. We'd love to be your roommates, and we'll just see how it goes. In fact, we'll bring the whole crew in. There's quite a few of us, but I think it shouldn't be a big problem. And then we'll live in your fort.
Yes, but the tower is mine. That is my roost.
That is fine. That's fine.
Okay.
Also, we should eventually clean up the dragon corpse. It's starting to smell.
Oh yeah. Whoops. About that. Not sure if you want to bury him or what the deal is. His head
Yeah.
fell off. I don't know what
We
happened to
should
his
mention
head.
that this courtyard right now is a mess. It is covered in burns and
Yes.
corpses and all kinds of stuff.
Probably do that before we leave.
So,
How late in the
Let's
day?
see.
Like, so what time of day is it? There's been a lot going on today. We were talking about sending people back to the town and then us going off. How far is it to, I've lost the name of it.
For
The ziggurat. How
Ziggurat.
far is it to the ziggurat?
it's about 50 miles from where you
50
are,
miles. Oh.
Okay.
right?
So a few days of travel. Okay.
Yeah, 48. It's, I believe, 48.
So,
So 2 days of travel, which he says, I'll take you there. We can go right now if you want to go.
Okay. Can we pretend to be bandits too? Do they recognize everyone? Will it be an issue if we just walk in with you?
No, we're always recruiting, so
Oh,
it
perfect.
would be. You will, of course, have to. In fact, that will get you in with Therath. She initiates new members by branding them.
Oh, I don't want that though.
Well,
Well,
you would
when
have to
we-
kill her before she brands you. Then.
Oh.
there we go. We go in to get branding and instead we get killing.
I
What,
imagine Isabel like rolls up her sleeves and like shows off her biceps, and she's got like 30 different gang tattoos.
Rock does the same thing and it's just feathers. Feathers.
She's like trying to look for a spot. She's like, geez, I guess. Well, okay, here's good.
No. When we show up, that's when we kill her, and then we don't have to get branding because that hurts.
Oh, she
And
looks a little
Bozig says,
disappointed.
"You could take one on the face if you want."
No, I don't
Oh, that would
want
be
that.
so cool. Like Isabel, like, look,
Oh.
she's like, how cool would it be if I had like a skull?
Skull.
Not
mean,
cool.
that'd be-
Not good for the matchmaking business, I don't think.
Probably not. I think
So
you're confused at what you want to do for life.
Well,
So-
does she? All right. Does she?
So what's the plan here?
She sleeps at night, I assume. Let's just kill her when she's sleeping. All right, we don't have to be.
We might not have to kill her. If she may give up if we promise to take out Ralakai.
She
She
seems
used to be a
like she
teacher.
should die. Yeah, but then she turned in a lot of her friends to be turned into experiments and have some horrific plague put upon them. So
That is true, but nonetheless, it is not a reason just to kill someone out of hand.
we can.
Yep.
All right.
Well, why don't you try and do fisticuffs with her too, and we'll see how it goes.
Sure. Is she a capable fighter of any kind, or is
Oh,
Grant
She
the
leads
only?
some bandits. I mean, how many
Hmm.
bandits do you lead?
Give me
Is now
24
you lead
hours.
on the
I'll
beat.
have so many bandits under my.
All the bandits
minions
that are
left and right.
there fixing the fence start to laugh when you say that.
Rain, all of these are now they work for me in Fort Kickass, and you work with me, and so they work for you.
There you go. See, I've already got 6 on the payroll.
That implies we have to pay them.
Volunteers.
I'm not signing any W4s.
They're
We are-
interns.
Work
We are
release.
paying them with food and lodging because they are staying in my fort.
Okay, so it's a prison. That's fine.
But,
No, it's only prison if they are forced to stay. They can leave and then go die in forest. That's fine. I'm offering them safe place to be while they change their life around.
Halfway house.
Yes,
I think you
Alright,
said
alright,
that. Yeah, house.
let's,
halfway fort.
Let's get the prisoners and the
Former prisoners.
former prisoners outfitted with the horses and the wagons to take all the stuff back to
Mhm.
Tomar's Crossing.
Mhm.
The
Okay.
undead horses.
I
the
was gonna
skeletal
say, yeah, we need.
horses.
How will
Well, we can
'cause-
take the oh no, because it did have a bigger wagon, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah. So you're able to get a lot of the supplies onto the big wagon. You've also got your slightly smaller wagon that you could load stuff up with. The bandits have come. They have their own wagon that they were going to use to transport prisoners. So they have
Man,
a wagon.
everyone's got a wagon.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Their wagon is drawn by 2 mules.
Oh.
So, so Bazig offers that for transportation to all of you, if you want to use it.
Is there
And-
enough room on the wagons that we had already had for all the goods we have and the people?
Yep. Yeah. Between the one that you brought and the one that you found, there's enough for all the people for sure.
Cool.
All right, so we're sending the people back with the rest of the bandits and Harliot, and
Yeah.
Bazig is taking us to the ziggurat.
Well, no, Bazig and his bandits
Yeah.
are coming with us. Too.
Yeah.
Oh, we're taking the whole bandit crew. Okay.
Yeah.
I thought we were only going with Bazig. Okay.
Are we sending Harley up back to the village?
Yeah,
Did we
so
do
she
that?
can answer for her.
Should
crimes.
we send at least one of Bozig's bandits with her? One of the loyal ones?
as
for what?
protection or for what?
Just in case she gets loose and tries to murder all of our helpless survivors.
We've got 2 excellent town guards with them already.
Oh,
if I
that's
recall.
true. I forgot about the murderous
Can we
town
arm
guard.
them with things a little bit more,
Oh yeah, one of them can have
stronger
one of my
than a
old
dagger?
long
Yeah.
swords.
Yeah.
Well, we've
Yeah,
got
I
a
mean,
few
there's
dead
a lot of-
bandits.
A lot of weapons at this point that you would be
Okay.
able to arm
Yeah.
people with, and armor that they could take and that sort of thing.
Like,
And
yeah.
they've had a chance to, because we've rested and eaten, and so
Mhm.
hopefully
Yeah.
they're not like about to keel over from like they're feeling a little bit better. Do we get the
Maybe-
sense sending them off now is a death sentence, or
Yeah.
do they need to stick around for a little while and rest up?
Maybe
No,
the
you-
one with one leg.
I
will
mean,
fall
they've
over.
had a day already to sort of rest and recoup, and you get the feeling that it's less than a day to get back to Tomar's Crossing,
Hmm.
so that if they go when it's light out and that sort of thing, they should be able to make it.
Okay.
Plus, you'll be sending them with plenty of supplies.
Cool. All right.
Yeah.
Let's go kill someone or capture
Yeah,
her.
so let's do that, and then let's get on the way ourselves to the ziggurat.
Are we
Okay.
sending Torsten, were you sending a letter with them with like
Yeah.
detailed
Oh.
okay. Who are we sending the letter to?
Pauline?
I would just to the village council.
Just all of them.
Oh, yeah.
I guess
To
we
whom
can
it may
specify one.
concern.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So you'll send that to the village council, and you'll send them off on their way with carts laden down with goods, and they all of the people you rescued, including Piotr, give you big hugs, if you will accept hugs, and thank you for what you have done, and setting them free, and promise to spread the tale. And as they go, they look at all of you, and specifically to Torsten and Isabel, who have been living in Tomar's Crossing for a while and are like citizens of that place. They say, if you were running for the village council, I would vote for you.
Oh.
And then they, load up the wagons and they're off.
I want to do one more thing before they leave. I want to discreetly take the dragon's head and give it to one of them and say...
Very discreet.
Yeah. Put it in a bag, just so Bozic doesn't see it.
Mm-hmm.
And say, give this to Kadra. It's a gift from me.
Oh. All right.
Do I see him doing that?
You see me hand something to someone. I'm trying to be quiet about this.
They're trying to be... All right, so Rain, go ahead and make a stealth check,
Sure.
and Rock make a perception check.
Okay.
Resolve it that way.
Uh-oh, team stealth.
Whenever Isabel hears that they would vote for them, she does like wander among the survivors and say, "Oh, and don't forget to tell people that Torsten Alehand did all of this. He coordinated this whole attack. It's a great success." And she's like his campaign manager now.
Rock rolled a 16 on
I
it.
rolled a
Happy
12.
Hunger
I'm
Games.
busted.
Okay.
Okay, so yeah, you see this bloody sack being handed, and you hear the comment about tell Kadra that.
Okay.
And in the letter, I wanted to make sure that that it was sort of very, that it did say like using funds from what's his name, but also the information originally came from, who was it, Palmine or?
we got-
So Summith and Summith Skullcleaver
Yes.
told
Summit.
you about the secret entrance, and Bajalin is sort of the one who started you off on the
Right,
mission.
but the other council member, she was the one that originally found out about it, right?
Kadra?
Kadra.
Oh, Kadra.
Oh, was it Kadra?
Yes.
Yeah.
It was kind of like we got met up with a bunch of people all
Right,
one
but Kadra
another.
found out about it, and then what's his name? The other guy, the jerk guy, he's the one that came to us with it, like it was his idea.
Yeah.
Mm.
So I
Stole
want to
her
make
idea.
that
Bajalin.
everybody knows that it came from her, and I'll say to give that letter to Palmine, and that way she can announce it. Don't give it to what's his name?
Bajalin.
Bajalin.
Yeah.
So that note then is made, and they make a promise to deliver all of the things that have been delivered. And Isabel, a few people ask you on their way out if they, that like, hey, they met somebody while they were here, and they're hoping maybe
Yes.
you can help them.
She will pull
Make a match.
open a heart-shaped notebook, and she'll just your name and which refugee camp will you be staying in? Okay.
Yeah, we were chained up together and it
Yeah.
stopped all the torturing, but he was really
That
cute.
is so romantic.
and-
I will ensure that the proper flowers are sent to their address in their refugee camp. And did you say Freckles? You said Freckles. She had Freckles. Okay.
And so
Fantastic. Click.
you make your notes.
Love
All the
connection.
hands are shaken. All the dragon heads are given away.
all the
Um,
hugs. Rock
all the
hugs
hugs.
everyone with full wings.
Hugs are made, and you begin to make your way with Bazig. You begin the 2-day journey toward Gardang Marhold, which is the ziggurat that holds the Black Skull bandits. And as you make your way, you see it. On the second day, you're traveling through mud in this magically irradiated valley. Sweat is coming. There are bugs everywhere. It is unnaturally hot where you are still. And you do see more animal corpses as you make your way. And in the distance, sometimes you can see these sort of enormous storms. They take sort of a tornado form, and there's dust and lightning bolts that are like green and red and blue sort of throughout these storms. They never get too close to you, but you can see that. And on the second day, you're making your way, and you see in the distance this enormous 3-tiered ziggurat that has steps leading up the center of it and has these giant statues of dwarves out front. And when you hit the statues, Bazig stops you all and gets down on one knee and offers the prayer that Harliot told you about in Dwarvish. And the statues, their eyes glow green for a moment, and then he says, all right, we should be good to pass through. And you come into this brown hall where there are fresh torches in the wall sconces, and there's a bunch of different halls leading off. There's stairways up in front of you, and then there's a hallway to the left and to the right. Bazig pokes his head down the left one and says, hey everybody, we're back! And a bunch of men and women of various humanoid races appear and come in and start talking to Bazig, and there's questions about who you are, and he introduces you as new recruits. And a foppish individual, extremely good-looking man with these giant dark glasses across the front of his face comes over and he says, well, hello. I'm the bad boy of the Black Skull Bandits. My name is Grant Ellington, and I would like to introduce you to our mistress. And he starts walking down the other hallway and motions for you to follow.
I legit hope that she's just Grant in a wig. I hope we get in that room and it's just him, but he's put like a blonde wig on.
Rock has been immediately like as everyone's been asking, she's been socializing with everybody. Like
Oh
she,
my God.
hi, how you doing? Yes, my name is Rock. It was very nice to meet you. I'm very happy to be here. Blah. She's not lying about anything, but it's one of those like she's just saying she's just omitting parts of the truth. And then when this happens and Grant walks away, she turns to whoever like the person she's been schmoozing with is just like, bad boy, is that a good thing? I don't know if I want to be known as bad.
And he's like, oh yeah, bad boy, definitely a good thing. Don't worry, but there's only one bad boy around here. That's why I'm the bad boy, you know.
Oh, this is Grant. He like heard me.
yeah, he turns around.
I both love and hate it.
The way the bandits, I just want to know, do they seem very happy to see Bazig? Do they treat him with, is it like a family kind of atmosphere? Or I'm just curious. Like,
they
what's
seem
their
happy,
deal?
and you also notice that once he's sort of surrounded by people, he goes back to being, oh, these guys friendly. They new recruits. They awesome. He codes again.
Nice.
Isabel tries to see if she should also do like a kind of dumb thing, like now that they're back here, because it's like how are the other half orcs or orcish or goblinoids and stuff?
It seems like the other half orcs are of normal intelligence and speech.
Okay.
You would probably know that half ogres in particular are normally very dumb. So like.
Or maybe they've all just been gaslighting us this whole time.
Yeah.
That's true.
Well, they do for their protection, and so she'll give him a particularly friendly like punch in the bicep and walk past.
Well, let's go meet Mistress, okay?
Yeah, and so they take you into Grant takes you into this down the hall into a chamber where there is a woman who is sitting cross-legged on a woven bedroll. She is wearing black leather armor, and she has her hair pulled up tight in a bun. She looks to be in her late 20s, and she has a brand on her arm that has the black skull. And behind her, you see a brazier, and there is a brand, sort of the handle of a brand is sticking out of there. And she says, Grant introduces you as new recruits. And she says, so you just came here traveling with Bazig, is that correct?
Mm-hmm.
So
Yep,
tell
he
me,
took us here.
how would you feel about killing him? And that is where we will end
Nice.
for this evening,
Nice.
or this morning, or afternoon.
After-
Thank you all so much for playing. Thank you, everybody who is watching us right now. We did not have a natural 20 rolled
we did not.
No.
session, but we did have some people throwing bits our way.
We did.
Hey.
Yes. Grant R. Ellis, thank you so much. And
Hey, the bad boy.
Yes.
and El Walrus, thank you
Walrus,
as well. There will
yes.
be an NPC in your future.
Hey.
Now, I want to remind everybody to please, if you're enjoying the Demonplague, go ahead, hit follow here and follow us on the Don't Split the Podcast Network Twitch channel. And also, this is going to be a podcast soon. So, and you can already subscribe to it on your feeds. There's like a little episode 0 that we wanted to make. So you can go subscribe on whatever your podcatcher app of choice is. Plus, if you want to catch up or tell your friends to catch up, episodes already exist on YouTube.
Mm-mm.
So thank you so much. Let's see who can be found where. Robert, why don't we start with you?
Sure. So I can be found on Facebook and on Twitter at Radu76. I'm doing social media for Esper Genesis, so check that out, espergenesis.com, and on Facebook.
Woo!
There you go.
Hey.
Shirt on today.
Nice.
Nice. Yeah. So Crucible Core is the Esper Genesis organized play.
Nice.
Yeah, check it out. TK, where can people find you?
Hey, it's me. It's TK. I can be found on the internet because I write spooky stories on the internet. You can find them at tkjwrites.com. You can find them at TK Joins the Fray on Twitter. Very soon, like around the end of this week, we will be starting to move forward with printing a comic. It is a Strix themed comic approved by Holly. It will be about her time in Barovia. It's me writing and Kayla Klein doing the art. And I know a lot of people love Kayla Klein, so you'll love that. Follow her at KAYNCLI on Twitter, and you can see all those sneak peeks. We're very excited. It's going to be within the next couple of weeks, hopefully in time for Samhain itself, as it is a Samhain-themed comic. So that'll be fun. As soon as that is available for printing and things like that, I will be offering it, a print of it as a prize for like our Nat 20 rolls and things like that.
Cool.
So yeah,
Nice.
so that'll be fun. Here on Tuesdays you can find me here. Wednesday nights, Thursday nights you can find me Web DM channel. And Sunday nights for the next 2 weeks, we're almost done. It's gonna be Hell's Bells on D&D Twitch, so that'll be fun.
Awesome. Well, enjoy that. That sounds like a very sad comic. So I can't wait to get my hands on it.
I hope you all cry.
Lauren, where can people find you?
People can find me as Obo Crazy on Twitter. You can also find me as the DM for Dungeon Drunks, which is a podcast that appears wherever podcasts are sold. You can also find me as the DM for Clerical Error, which is a show that airs on the D&D channel on Wednesdays at 2:00 Pacific. We're getting very close to doing our Extra Life game, which is going to be coming up in November. So go to the Clerical Error Extra Life page, which I'm going to copy and put into the chat right now. You can donate to Extra Life and get wild water deep events basically during our game on November, I think it's November 7th, whatever that first November Wednesday is. We'll be running our normal game, but we'll be pulling out just random things that might happen. And for every $5 you donate, we will have a new event that you can choose. You can put on in there. We'll have special guests and all kinds of fun. You can also find me if you happen to be in the Pacific Northwest. The Federal Way Symphony has our opening season premiere show this weekend on Saturday and Sunday in Federal Way. Come see us play, because I go by Oboe Crazy because I'm an oboist, and yay. I'm also the community manager for D&D Beyond. And yes, you now have the theme song in your head. You're welcome.
Excellent. And Rudy, where can people find you?
Hey, I'm on Twitter at Rudy Basso. Of course, as always, go to don'tsplitthepodcastnetwork.com. The podcast version of the show, I think we're going to shoot for third week of October. So you heard it here first. Third week of October. It will be edited down to kind of cut out a little hubbub. I'm going to put sound effects underneath it, maybe some music too. Really spruce it up so you can experience it all once more. James and I are going to be at a Catacon too. I know the event list for that is going live this week. We're going to be running a 3-table Dungeons & Dragons epic, in which the parties will need to go inside of a dungeon and kill it from the inside. It's something we wrote a couple years ago and ran for Gen Con, and we're doing it again with Shane from Total Party Thrills going to be the third guy. So if you're going to a Catacon, which is a really awesome convention, hey, sign up for that, and we will DM a game for you. Pretty cool. And that's it for me. James, are you pumped for that?
I am super, super pumped for that. And I am in all of the same places where Rudy is. I'm at James Introcaso on Twitter, and I have a blog where I write about game design. It's at worldbuilderblog.com. If you're interested in the Demonplague campaign, it is available for pre-order right now. I just dropped the link in chat, so you can check that out as well. It's at roleplayingtips.com/Demonplague. So thank you all so much for watching. Thank you all so much for joining us, and don't let the demons bite. Rudy's favorite sign-off.
Bye.
Bye.